Alright, I'm going to give you a real quick rundown on how to build this in the shortest video I possibly can. I think it's going to be quite long, but whatever. I've just thrown this together and I'm going to show you how I did that just now. Alright, so first thing I want to do is create some lovely space. Oh, that's a big one. I must do it. Okay, so first thing we want to do is carve out an 11 by 11 ground. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, just like that. Now obviously I'm on creative, so it's very easy for me. But the point of this video is just to show you quickly how I build the base that I build. So you're just going to fill all of this in, nice and easy, and then that is your base of the base. Done. Alright, just like that. Wonderful stuff. Very good. So the reason I do 11 and not 10 is purely because where the zombies run in will be central. Now this doesn't matter, obviously. You could have them run in here, you could have them run in fucking anywhere. But if you're anything like me, it needs to be in the middle. So now all we really want to do is just fill up the walls. I've gone 5 high simply because you need it high enough that the blade trap that you use on the pole that they run across isn't too low that the zombies are hitting the blade trap while they're just stood underneath it, because then it'll just destroy its health over time. So you want to get it a lot higher than that, buddy. So what we're doing is just going 5 high, as you can see. Damn it! So now you should have 4 walls, just like this, nice and smooth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. 6 high if you include the base that you placed, but from the base, just 5 high. Right, let's get up on the top, because we need to see what the fuck's going on. You want to then just fill in the floor next. This is where you'll essentially be situated throughout the Horde night. I'm just going to slap these bad boys down. Now on my main account, I've actually filled all of this in, because you don't really want a single layer block, because they will just fucking destroy that. But you can do like a double layer for the meantime. You know, whatever you want to do, it doesn't really matter. You'll probably just want to leave maybe a gap. So what I mean by that is leave this. You could put a hatch there, you could put a ladder going down. So then over time you could just fill this in with concrete blocks, but at least you've got the base somewhat working. Just if you're limited to the blocks that you've got, just if let's say that's the front of the base and they're coming that way, just build that up first and make your way back. Try and get like a second layer all the way around maybe, but always work on the front because that's where they're going to be coming from. I'm just going to fill this in for now. We're just going to pretend this is all filled in. Placing blocks, placing blocks. I really like to place these blocks. Now we have a little something going on. I'm just going to ignore this for now. This is just so I can get up and down. But we will get rid of that towards the end. This is just for ease. So, next. If we come to the front, find the middle. The middle will be here. We want to create a path for them to run through. So, to do that, shapes. You want to come to the magic round ball. And then use this one down here, pipe fin. Make sure she's real thin though. So we're going to need to be using them. We're also going to need go to block and half a cube. Half a cube is the good stuff, but you want to rotate it on its side like this. Wait, what's going on? Oh, I've got the normal block. Hold on. Now we have the half block. Beautiful. So let's turn that round so it's against the wall like that. There we go. I will explain why, and it will make sense. We're going to start off with that. Going to have that there. Then we want another one here, but we want it the other side of the cube. It will allow you to do, which will make sense there in a moment, like that. So that's going to leave a gap. Then we want these bad boys. Doesn't really matter how far you go, maybe something like that's fine. Then we want another block. We don't want that to break, so let's start from the bottom. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely delicious. Okay. So, let's just, real quick, so it makes more sense, make some steppy steps. There we go. There you go. So, this is the real basic setup, yeah? Zombies run up there, run along the thin beam, and then you got the big gap. So, anything sprinting will manage to get across like this, but they're obviously going to stop here because you're going to have a bar there. And if too many build up here, they won't be able to stand here, so they're just going to fall down and run all the way back again, which is great because we can't do the setup with the what do you call it, the vault hatch. Because we can't lift that and stop them anymore, they just jump over it, so you're going to have to completely block this off entirely. Now to do that, we want, what do we want? Let me tell you what we want. This is what you want, one of these bad boys. Scaffolding ladder. We want to put this just there like that. And also one on top. The reason you want these is because you can melee through them still, whereas the normal bars you just end up hitting them, whereas this, you can hit zombies through them. So they're the real deal, my G's, the real deal. And we're just gonna fill in the front quick so you get a bit of an idea of how she be looking, laddie. Take that, tree. And you. Anyway. You can start to see a bit of logic. They run up the stairs, run along the beam, start hitting that part. To be honest, you could probably have them bars more inside than on the outside like I've done. It gives them a bit more room to stand, but whatever. You see the logic of what's happening here. You can kind of customize this yourself in your own way. They're going to pile up just here. And then obviously only a few are going to be able to fit there, so they're just going to fall down and run back round. It's essentially just delaying everything until it's their turn to get killed. But we're also going to add on some blade traps here as well. We're going to do some more fun stuff. Let's start by building up the rest of the actual inside. Going to leave a space here for a door so we can get in here. Oh, fuck! Okay, since I cocked that up, we might as well put the ladders in. What the hell? You don't want this ladder too high because then they'll obviously climb it. If you've got parkour, I just have 2 ladders because you can easily jump to that. Without parkour you can't, so you'll need an extra one. But I'll leave that up to you guys and what you're going to do with that. Let's copy this again. That shouldn't be there. Let's get rid of that. And let's just continue building the outside. Alright, so far we have this. We're going to make 2 rooms in here though, because spitters can spit through the bars that we're going to put here. Well, they can spit through this. You're not going to allow that to happen too often, but we're gonna have some stuff in here. We're gonna have some chests. We're gonna have some electrical, like power banks to set all the electric side of stuff up. And you don't want spitters shooting through and smashing up all of your schnizzle. Do you feel me? So if we do something like this. Now this is down to your own. Like you can do what you want inside here. I'm just kind of giving you the basic structure, and then the design inside you can kind of just do whatever you want. I'm just going to tell you what I do and why I do it, and then maybe that can help you decide what you do. At least if you understand, you know kind of what you're doing. Let's just build this out for now. Smash through this quick and I'll explain what we're doing. Okay, so this wall here will essentially protect anything that we put around here. So we can have chests for ammo, for food, you could have a cooking pot, you know, whatever you want back here. So when spitters spit through this, it hits that wall, it doesn't hit whatever you're protecting the other side. You can obviously have, well, you don't have to have a door here, this isn't important. We're going to definitely have a door put in here. We don't need to see through there. You don't really need to see out there, but you know, whatever. I'm going to do it anyway. Needs to be level though, otherwise it triggers my schnizzle. You feel me? Now we want to put a roof on. We're just going to have a solid roof at the back here. Keep him real solid. Oh yeah. The roof in here will be slightly different. If we bring it all in one block, and then we're going to put some bars on the roof so we can see any vultures that want to come get real funky with us, and at least you can shoot them straight through the bars. Maybe can join it here, something like that, I guess. We want, not copy shape, what am I doing? We now want some bars, like that. We've already got our first customer. Where is he? Here he comes. Here's a good example of how this works. Now, this zombie is just going to fall straight down the hole because he's not a runner. As you can see. Down he goes. You can hit him before he falls, but typically if it's a Horde night you're going to have a gun anyway, so you're going to be shooting them while they run along the beam. The point of that there is just to delay them getting to you, so it just kind of gives you a bit of breathing space and you don't have too many smashing against these bars and eventually breaking through. Oh look, he does make it. Nice. Well, that's even better then. It's better than I thought. But if you get more of them come up, they obviously can't stand on the block. You might get 3 there if you're lucky, but the rest are just, they'll just fall down the hole. So let's get rid of him. So there you go. That works really well. Let's continue with the bars. We want the bars. Nice. Now we're in jail. Now for the roof, we're going to obviously spin him over. But you've got to change it to advanced so it does that. One roof. Two roof. Now when vultures come, you can just shoot them straight through the roof. Easy. Bars to see. Now these aren't necessary, you could just have a solid wall each side, you know, whatever. I recommend having bars at the front though, just so you can see. To be honest, you could probably have bars on from the floor as well, actually. It's probably even better. So you can actually see down there. But again, that's up to you if you want to do it this way to see, or if you want to do it that way. I mean, in my opinion, it makes sense to do this because you can see down there. If there's like 4 of you in here, for instance, you're not all going to be here shooting. Some of you might be here, whatever. That's up to you. You can either have that or that. That, in my opinion, is better. But you do have to be wary that cops can shoot, and I think they can shoot through this. 9 times out of 10 it hits the bars, so it's not a big deal, but you'll get the odd one that'll go flying through. Anyway, just for keeping things consistent, let's just actually do it like that. Okay, so that's that done. We essentially have a base built now. Oh, we nearly forgot these. Let's plop them bad boys in. You know what? Let's put a tiny little one here too, just for the banter. You know, just to have a look. Whoop, down you go. Might as well deal with him real fast. Are you ready for this, buddy? Oh, did you die? He's holding on for dear life. Is he gonna make it? And he's out of here. So, what do we want to do next? Just while we're here, let's do craft. Vault door. Give me those. So you're gonna have a vault door here. Boom. Oh, it's good. Right. We don't need this anymore. Now we've got the ladder on the back. Oh no. Oh no. Damn it. Anyway, the next thing you want to do is you want to make this floor solid, because you have stuff blow up and you have all sorts of nonsense go on, and it will just dig a hole, and oh, you don't want it, man. You don't want it. So we're just gonna carve out a bit of an area to fill. It's gonna be a big area, I'm not gonna lie. I'd just like to point out, on my main game, I do not have this machine gun, so I have done all this legitly. In an ideal world, under this would be also concrete. Damn it. So, just fill that in. Right, so that's a little bit of a base down. I'm just kind of slapping it down at the moment to just get it done for you guys so you can see what we're talking about. Now, you want, in the early stages, this is fine, but you're going to want to expand on this. You're going to want to make this a bit of a bigger ramp for them to run up. So, let's just get this the right way. Let's go to there. I've not made this very even. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, so I went one line out further that side, and I haven't this side. So, I'm just going to repair that problem real quick. Put 2 gaps at the end there, 2 gaps at the end there. That's good stuff. This can be a bit confusing, this bit, so I'm just going to let this run and let you watch what I do. These ones here are going to be like quarter pieces. So if I just, to make this easier, let's just get, oh, creative mode please. Concrete blocks, where are you now? Concrete blocks. What? What is going on? Brick. Concrete. Maybe we need it in there. There we go. Nice. Okay, so this one we're just going to make these ones here. That's it. See these? Boom. So we got solid blocks, we got these weird quarter blocks, which if you turn them correctly, they fit perfectly in there like that. See that? Oh, it's good. Nice. Oh, you've really gone and done it now, haven't you? Okay. And then this one here will be another one of these thingy blocks, which is this. Ho, 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 ho. Obviously you'd fill all of this in as well, but it's hard to commit to doing that without kind of doing it as you go, because it can be quite confusing. So we know that we can do that. Let's put this on simple, because this spinning too much is doing my head in. Then quarter piece in there. Just fill that in. Let's put them there like that. This is really coming up Millhouse. Another quarter piece there. Another quarter piece there. Then we got this, this, and this. This. And then you have a pyramid-like type run-up system thing. Damn it. Let's put this on simple. Track one there. Track one there. Just because they're going to fall here, then they're typically going to run like this. At least they can come up it and they won't get caught and start breaking this. So now you want to mirror all of that to the other side, my guys. So I'll probably just speed through this because I've shown you once. I've just this moment learned that this is an easier way to do it. Rather than awkwardly trying to build down like I did the other side, just build up like that. Damn, see how much easier that is? That's good stuff. We now have big stairs for big problems. Okay, looks awesome. That is essentially the front done. We want to get real funky now. When I come back to crafting, you won't have this obviously because it's your actual game, but I'm just showing you. We want blade traps. Where are blade traps? This is literally the first time I've ever used creative in my life, so I do apologise. I don't know what I'm doing. Why can't you just search all? That's so stupid. Why can I not search all? Is this all? No. Is this? Ooh, this is what we want. Okay. So we could have one there, one there. Let's put that there for now. Just see how that looks. Put that there. You probably want that bar a little bit. Like I think in my main game, that bar comes maybe to about here-ish, where the crosshair is, because I have one blade trap kind of there, like where the crosshair is, and then another blade trap not that close to this wall. That looks too close in my opinion. But whatever, you get the idea. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you do this, maybe do 7 or 8 long, not 6 long. but you're gonna be doing this, you're gonna be doing this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe go 7, maybe 8. You want more than what I've done here because I don't think this runs right. Because I can't put that there like that. I have to put it here. I mean, it still works. It's still okay. I would assume that doesn't scrape on this, but we're going to find out together. The point is, now you're probably thinking, why don't you just put these on the floor, Squishy? Why don't you really grind them up? These things fucking suck. They break so fast. It's ridiculous. They're shit. So I put them up there like that, so they can't physically be touched by anything other than stuff falling off and falling through them. So they don't take any damage. I've done an entire Horde night on, it was like day 130 something, so it was a proper Horde night, it was no joke. And they had the tiniest bit of damage on them from like where the odd cop had exploded down here or whatever. And they were completely fine. They ran the entire night. They could have ran multiple nights before there was ever a problem. And you just repair them with iron anyway, so it's not a big deal. But if they're down on the floor here, they will not last the whole night. I've done it before. I've had them down here, and they literally break within like hours of the game. It's pointless. It's really pointless. This might even be better than my one, because my one goes about here somewhere, and then the second one down there. But because that's there, they're going to always be falling through this bit, so they're going to take damage from this as well. So I actually think that that placement is better than the one on my game. So there you go. The more you know. Should we hook these bad boys up then? I'll give you a little tutorial on how to actually use the electronic side of stuff, because there is an order to how we do it. Right, so what will we need? We will need a generator. Not a jeberator. Ha! Let's do one for now. I was going to do one for blade traps and one for lights, but to keep things simple, let's just work on one at the moment. So we've got one of them. You could use a power bank as well. I'll explain the difference. Can we find a power bank in here? Oh, we also need the... No, we don't. Ignore me. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. We want a switch, because we want to be able to turn the blades on and off. We want these electric relays, because the distance from this bank all the way to the actual blade trap is too far. So you need to use one of these as like a connection point. So think of it as a checkpoint in a game. So we got banks, we got switch, and we got this. Oh, here's the power bank. Nice! Okay, so what we're going to do... Dunk, 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 dunk. Let's get rid of that. Bring that down. So we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to have you there. We're going to have you there. And I don't know. You could have the switch in here, but if you have a switch there, for example, when the spitters shoot through, they could damage the switch. That's the whole reason we did this second wall. So I'm just going to put the switch there for now. So how this works, you can use either this or this. So we're going to need some fuel, aren't we, for this to work? We need the fuel. Oh no, I cannot get the fuel. God, I hate creative. Such a lame thing. In here maybe? Nope. Here. Oh, I need fuel. Give me fuel in my heart. Keep my generator burning. Why is there not a search everywhere place? Oh, I can't type. Oh, wait. It would help if I spelled it right. Okay. New plan. I can't find fuel on creative because I'm an idiot. So... Oh, we got a zombie out here. Oh, we do. Let's just kill this punk first. Actually, let's keep hold of him because we can test him with this. So, we're gonna set up the power bank. Turn that bad boy on. How this works is, forget about the generator for now. Power bank will charge your all your electronics that you're using. You need a wire cutter. We need these bad boys. So it works in order as well. For example, if I just get a, I should have really prepared this, shouldn't I? If I get a bulb. Right, so if I put light bulb there, light bulb there. Let me get rid of that real quick. So if we go from here to here, that obviously lights up because the battery bank with the batteries in it are charging it. If we then go from light to switch and then switch to light, this light doesn't work because the switch is turned off. Turn the switch on, the light works. It's important to know this because if you put anything before the switch, it's just going to run. So you don't want to do that. You want to go from power bank to switch, because the switch is what's going to run on and off anything past the switch. Make sense? Good. Right, this isn't infinite. Obviously these batteries are going to run down. So how do you charge the batteries? Well, you use this bad boy. You put engines in here, and you also refuel it with fuel, which I'm an idiot and I can't even find where the fucking fuel is on creative. But you would fill this up with fuel. You would then turn it on. It would be very loud and it would charge the batteries. You don't have to have these batteries. You can completely get rid of the batteries and you can just use the generator and go generator to switch, switch to lights and so on. The problem is this is loud and it does my fucking head in. So I use this to charge the batteries and then I'll just use batteries and have this turn off. I'll only turn this on when these batteries are dying, and I'll just do that during the day when it's not Horde night, when I'm out doing missions and it can charge my batteries. On Horde nights this will be off and I'm just using this so there's no noise. Right? Makes sense. Good. Let's get rid of that. So what are we doing? We're doing battery to this bad boy, but this won't reach these down here because they're too far away. At the moment I can come this far, but if I step, this is obviously in the way, but if I stepped any further this would turn red and say no, you can't go that far. So we need to use one of these relays. Now what I do on my base is I just knock one up there. So we can now go from switch to relay. Boom! Now the relay can go down to there. Now the problem I'm going to have is, if I grab this real quick, I've got to run all the way out here. If I go too far it will break the line. See how it just broke the line? I had this problem on my game. So what you might have to do, and what I did, is I broke one of these bars so I could walk that way rather than go that way. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. So we grab this, connect to that, then going to grab that, connect to that. See how it's all in line, all in order? Now these take 20 watts each, as you can see. So to run this we need it, well, precisely 40 watts. And so if you ever come across problems and you're wondering why it's not working, you need to look in here. So at the moment we're outputting nothing because it's, oh shit, what's going on? Get out of here, fool! How the hell did he get up here? How did that happen? I think because I broke this he must have somehow walked along there. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Anyway, if we turn this on we get spins. Let's do copy block. Boom. Damn it! Put that there. And there we go. So now we stand here. On a Horde night, you would obviously just be shooting. They'd be falling over. They'd be falling down through the blades as they reach the floor. They won't be able to get too in your face because that will happen. And you could hear, I don't know if you hear that or not, but he hit the blade as he fell through there. So on my main game, I'm actually going to put my blade from like here or wherever it is to there, because them falling down that gap is catching them, and that's fantastic news. So let's turn that off. We don't need that right now. We have essentially built quite easily a relatively simple Horde base, which looks complicated on the outset, but once you do it, it's not too bad. And then, if you want to go that step further, we could paint it up. Why not? Let's get lots and lots and lots of paint. This should be more than enough for me. Paintbrush. I'll give you a lowdown on how this works as well. So, we're going to pick a colour. You've got 3 pages worth. Because it's a Horde base, let's maybe go with... there's metal in here somewhere that looks pretty cool. There it is. Metal tread plate. Ooh, yeah. So, how does a paintbrush work? Let me show you. Top right, you've got paintbrush. That will paint just one singular block. You've got roller, which will do like a big cubic meterage. And then you've got this one here, paint surface, which does everything on one side. Bang, see that? It's done all of that side, and then you would do this side. Spray gun, I've never seen this before in my life. It's not in my normal game. What does spray gun do? Does that do everything? I think spray gun does like... I don't know, that's very confusing. All I do is just use paint surface, which is this bottom right one, and it just does everything in like a... that it can connect to on a flat surface. You might get some problems with stairs. For example, you see how it's not done these top bits? It's really annoying. But you got to find the right bit, keep spamming it until it does it. Like that. It's normally like the top step of that block that fixes it. You can also go down to this, paint all sides, and it will do apparently the whole block. There you go, nice. Let's just do that. Let's do that. Right, now let's head indoors. Ooh, we want to do the side first, don't we? Yoing. And yoing. If you're wondering how to get paintbrush and paint in the main game, it's actually very easy. Paintbrushes you can just find. Some traders sell them. I think you can make them. I've never really looked into making them. But you can, for the paint is really easy to make. I can't remember what it is now. It's something like, I think it's just normal water and something else that's really easy to get. Oh, I can't remember what now. Let's just paint the inside of this real fast. I don't know, let's give it some polished wood. Ooh, that's nice. That's real nice. Oh yes. Okay. Let's not do roof. Let's... Hey! How dare you? Now we can do floor. Let's use... let's use that wood. Yoing. Oh, it looks so lovely. And then another great combo with this would be this like white marble effect. Let's chuck this up top. Ooh, yeah. Oh, there's a hole there. Not anymore. Oh, it looks beautiful in here. Doesn't it look great? Okay, let's talk bars. Bars are really annoying. Actually, bars aren't annoying. Hey, that's not been done. That's not very nice. Yoink. There you go. Hey, wait. Wait a minute. Let's Tried to really rook me here. Yoink. There we go. Beautiful. On my main game, I don't have this here. I have bars that go round a corner, and they're a bit annoying to paint. You have to like get these side bits right here. So like this bottom part here would be a different colour. So you kind of have to get the side of it just here like this. And then when you paint that bit, it will solve your problem. But if you're doing it my way like this with the blocks there, then whatever. You don't even need to acknowledge I said that. Now on main game, we've obviously built this in cement because that's the easiest thing to do. You just get your forges running, you get your cement mixers running, but you're going to eventually want to change all of this to forged steel because it's just so much more health, and you want to start with upgrading this here to forged steel straight away. And then, let me go out the front. Let me go out the front! You're going to want to... Oh, it's done them as wood. I must have done it as full block. That's okay, we can change that. Must have had it set to entire block. Oh, it's still set to whole block. Oh look, I've got paint all sides turned on. Damn it! Rookie mistake. So now when I do these bits here, that'll stay that colour that side. So we'll go indoors and sort that out in a minute. You're going to want to upgrade all of this here to forged steel. Everything that they're going to be hitting, you want all this front layer. So the top two blocks, so that and that, you want forged steel all the way around the base. You want stairs to eventually be forged steel. This bar here absolutely has to be forged steel. If one of them break for whatever reason, you're fucked. I imagine they'll just jump over it still. I don't know, I've never tested it. But you don't want that breaking realistically. Damn it. Even the tops have gone white. Ah! I cannot walk under these conditions. Yoink. Yoink. Okay. Might keep that metal. I quite like that metal because it's like the front of it. But yeah, this video's probably gone on for way too long anyway. I'm going to try and trim it down as much as I can, cut out as much as I can. But this is a lovely little base. We can also... God, every time I'm going to log off, I just come up with more ideas. It's a real problem. Storage box. Yoink, actually we want that. Ah, it's a cracker box. Damn it. Whatever. Just pretend they're storage boxes. So you could have all your storage boxes there. You could put, I mean, you could get rid of one of them and put a cooking pot there or something. I don't know. You can mix around with it, see what you come up with. But you could also put some lights inside as well. You could add another switch. You will need another power bank if you want it on a separate line, or you could just run it off of that same thing. You probably only need one light in here, to be honest. Let's test it, because that I don't actually know. You can come from the relay to the light as well. That should be enough power, right? Yeah, so now you've got a light in here and both are running just off of one switch, which is probably just enough. It's using 47. Oh, okay. Oh, so that power outage is what it's using as opposed to how much you can use. You can use 100 on this, max output 100. Okay, that makes sense. But whatever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helped. Let me know what you think, or if you have any better ideas. All the best. Take care.